Hey everyone, Miacidae here. Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So, today on the No Hope Estate, we're going to be going to fight the Brigand Pounder. My hope is it isn't going to be too bad. However, due to some bad planning or otherwise, sometimes it gets very bad very quickly. We'll just have to see how it goes. Especially because we can't really heal on here, so things could get bad on the way to it, or things could go downhill very quickly during the fight. All depends upon if I can get that matchman down. And especially because I'm relying on the Musketeer to get the matchman down and nothing else can really hit it very easily, we'll have to see how this goes. However, that being said, let's go into the party for today. It's going to be Baldwin the Leper. He's going to have a little bit of armor piercing on him, but he's going to be really relying on Chop to do damage to the Brigand Pounder. Otherwise, he has Hew to do a little bit of AoE, Purge to get extra accuracy, Knockback and clear corpses, or Intimidate to de-stealth and mark himself. He has the Ancestor's Letter Opener to up his accuracy, also do a little on-hit bleed, and digs his head to up scouting and give himself armor piercing, because despite the fact that the Brigand Pounder has base damage reduction, it does have a little bit of protection, I believe. So this should help him bypass the protection part of it. We then have Yugi the Oni using Obliterate so she can do damage while she is marked and also get a little bit of extra accuracy, Shattering Roar to potentially do a little extra damage to the back row if I need it, Inexorable Advance to mark herself, and Mountain Breaker to move forward, do extra damage versus and accuracy versus size 2. Any of these bonuses also apply to her riposte, which she will have permanently because of the Ibaraki Inro. However, her riposte will do slightly less damage because of this trinket. However, it will also do a little bit more crit rate. She'll also have the Stone Clam Shell Shield to give her a little bit of protection because she will be marking herself, meaning she will be a very prime target. Then, because of the Stone Clam Shell Shield, on being hit, she'll do a knockback by 1, accuracy minus 20, and minus 19 crit on being hit. This is a little bit integral because I don't like my heroes having marked, especially on this estate, but she kind of needs it for her skills to work. Next, we're going to have Corsi the Occultist. With Sacrificial Stab, Abyssal Artillery, Weakening Curse, and Vulnerability Hex. Now, each of these plays a little bit of a play depending upon what fight I'm going to be doing in here. The Trinkets are Vial of Sand, giving him a little additional accuracy, debuffing chance, and plus dodge while he is bleeding. He also has the Cursed Incense we got a few dungeons ago, giving him even more debuff chance, and on range attack hit, giving him the ability to debuff the target plus damage received, meaning on Abyssal Artillery, Weakening Curse, or Vulnerability Hex hit, they will receive extra damage when they are hit. And finally, we have Silent the Musketeer. Now this is yet another Musketeer's rework, so she has slightly different things than the Arbalist. Aimed Shot doing damage, accuracy, and crit versus marked, so if I do Vulnerability Hex into Aimed Shot, I'll most likely take down the matchman, but there's still a chance it won't. Buckshot for an AoE plus armor piercing, Piercing Round to do extra armor piercing and damage, and then we're going to be using Retreating Shot just in case she gets pulled out of place. She has the Ancestor's Map for scouting, and the Archer's Bracer for a little bit of extra damage. So let's go in, see what we can do. The goal is to get the Brigand Pounder down, get whatever it's going to drop, but then I also wanted to get the Legaze Justice Day for this, because I like the Lawbringer. It's 25% extra damage on him, among some other fun stuff. As always, I'm maxing out on food because it's the only way of really healing on this estate, but because we're in the Weald, I'm bringing like everything I can to get the curios, and we'll be off.
Simple folk are by their nature loquacious, and the denizens of the hamlet were no exception. It was not long before rumors of my morbid genius and secretive excavations began to fuel local legend. In the face of my increasingly egregious flaunting of public taboos, awe turned to ire, and demonstrations were held in the town square. The smell of sulfur and gunpowder hangs in the air.
Well, at least the map isn't too bad. I'm just checking the curios down here really quick. I believe I can do anti-venom on this as well. I wanted to check that. Alright, going up. And then... oh, actually, it could be either one of these, so... That might be bad. I don't actually have the Banshee installed. So, just so people can see. Dig through the graves. What is... I thought someone got lethargy. Oh wait, they did. -4 speed on the leper. Who's already slow. This will get us extra food. Which will be really nice to heal up with.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption.
Another torch is never a bad thing.
The match is
Bypassing this little dude, don't really care. So I have a feeling it's this left one here, but it could be the bottom one. So I'm gonna check left first. Of course it's bloodsuckers. Of course. They're probably all gonna... Oh, I stand mistaken. I thought they were all gonna go first. I'm gonna Abyssal Artillery, upping damage received if they get the debuff. Then aim shot at row 4.
eradicated.
Just gonna obliterate on row 1.
Annihilated.
Was that its nose? I think so. And then we're going to chop on row 1.
Obliterated.
Just one left. Obliterate. We missed. That's fine. Of course we get Crimson Curse. And then just taking it out. Buckshot, it's down.
Formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
We can get rid of the Ladunum. And honestly, I need the portrait. So I'm gonna get rid of the Jades.
If only
And I need the deeds. I really need the deeds.
Otherworldly corruption.
I'm tempted to get rid of the food. But I know I'm gonna need it later. Especially if I don't get the right... Ooh, Squire. Branch here. Up damage done to these two. I'll mark the Squire later. Let's obliterate one of the sycophants.
Decimated.
Aimed shot. Let's take another sycophant out.
Destroyed.
And then chop, taking out supplicant.
As
Just
the
Squire
fiend
left.
falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Okay, marking him. Obliterate. And didn't even need the mark.
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
Taking what we can, leaving the rest. I don't need the wind bell or the money, really. Key this. Taking what we can. I do need the crests. Oh, look at that. It's down here. I'll keep the key. But we can use a torch, get rid of that.
Spirits are lifted.
I'm gonna pop to the curio right here, take what I can. Which got me an extra set of deeds there. And off we go.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the fool.
Anyone else need like one heal? No? Okay. Torching up. Battle room. Ooh, Lost Legion. I like the mushrooms in the back too. Alright, so since this is gonna be a bit of a doozy, let's mark Yugi here, hitting the Pilgrim Levy. Getting her riposte up. If I buckshot, I do a bit of damage to everyone, or I can just take the Levy out. Let's do that.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. Impressed?
One hell of a crit there, buddy. Let's do Hue because that might take out the corpse and hits the Judicator down.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
And then marking the Cleric Errant so that we can rip them apart with Silent. Now we'll just see who goes first. Baldwin, probably. We don't even need that mark. Oh, crit heal we might have. Obliterate. And I guess Sacrificial Stab takes him out. And then Mendicant Friar. We can Shattering Roar. Don't use that very often.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Taking what I can. It's only 3 battles on the way there, so I can actually Firewood here, take the Jades,
Huddled
Beast
together.
for Stress, take the food.
And vulnerable. Rats in a maze.
I can target practice for plus accuracy versus marked, and plus damage on range skills. So that's going to be great for Silent, considering she's going to be the one taking out the Matchman. Oh, I really wish I had a prevent nighttime ambush right now. Because then I could do Demon Festival. I can still do Demon Festival because there's only 3 fights here. So I might... No, because then I am healing during fights and I don't want that. I need to remove that from Demon Festival. Let's do warm up for the crit and the speed. I can do Reflection for the crit and the accuracy. And I can do Dark Strength for plus damage. And then let's abandon hope to get stressed down on Corsi. No nighttime ambush.
Of safety.
Taking the busts. I want those busts. Let's get rid of the shovels. Who's actually good with traps here? Silent would be the best. So I know there's a secret room here, but I want... Oop, I didn't want to do that yet. I wanted to do this first, so I could realistically get rid of the antivenoms. So this gets me 1 slot.
A fortune.
Then I need 2 others. One can be the anti-venom. I'm probably going to need the bandages for the actual fight itself because they can bleed me. So let's go medicinal herbs. I might need those for the curios there, but oh well. Yeah, if they blight me, I'm in a bad spot, so I need to get rid of the fungal artillery there. So let's Shattering Roar. Then I can chop. No, let's just hew. Maybe we get rid of both Nashers. Got rid of one. I can Sacrificial Stab the fungal artillery. It's down, no blight. And then we Buckshot Nasher down. No damage, no blight. It was a gamble, but one I was willing to take.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
I'm going to be able to heal everything with just that one stack. So we'll do that. I don't need to heal at all with this food. And then we'll leave the gold. I'm leaving that gold. And then one more fight before the boss. This one's not too horrible.
The way is
Gotta make sure the parasite goes down, because he does a lot of damage. Do a little bit of damage to the Nasher. Because then I can do Buckshot here. And probably take him out along with the Coffin, as long as there's nothing in the Coffin. And then just the Scratcher left for Baldwin to take out. Ooh.
Remind yourself.
Shinies.
Slow and insidious killer.
So realistically, I do not need the food anymore because I can't get a hunger check on the way to the boss. So we'll take the rubies for that. Taking what I can.
In Radiance, may we find...
I can use the anti-venom on that thing. Get whatever it's going to give me.
Only the first test.
Take the money over the citrine.
Be carried home.
And now we holy water everyone and go into the boss fight. I love this scene. I love it so much.
An engine of destruction.
I think you can see the hamlet over here, but then you can see the tents of where they're like raiding from. It's kind of cool. And then the forest in the background. So we're going to advance. This gets the mark on Yugi, so she does more damage with everything else. I'm just going to hit the cutthroat here with it.
A powerful blow.
I'm going to Abyssal Artillery. This way I can do Buckshot and take out the Matchman. By Hugh, we take out the Cutthroat.
The ground quakes.
Good old riposte. No matter what, as long as I hit, we take out the Matchman. So we're going to Piercing Round.
Another one falls.
And that refreshes Piercing Round. Just one Matchman summoned. We're going to Obliterate. I think we're just going to go on... Well, since Silent can only really hit the Matchman, let's go Obliterate on Cannon.
Singular strike.
By Hugh, we take Matchman out. But, we can do this. Sacrificial Stab really doesn't do too much, does it? We can get rid of Protection, though, with Weakening Curse. Oh, that's right. 200% resistance. Ha ha ha.
Begone, fiend.
Okay, there it has a little bit more. Mark for 2 more rounds, so let's obliterate hitting the Pounder. Heal, hopefully taking out the Cutthroat. If not, well, I can do something else here. I'm gonna sacrificial stab the Matchman. And then I can just buckshot again. So piercing round. Buckshot. Oh, the Matchman didn't go down. This is gonna hurt. Oh, well, we got health. Misfired, too. What's the chances of that? The one time I mess up, it misfires. I'm guessing it's gonna get another gunner. It didn't call anyone. Well, first of all, Matchman goes down. I'm just gonna yell at him.
With impunity.
And then bye-bye. See you later. That was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
As victories mount.
Not to say it's not like an easy fight. Or not saying that it isn't an easy fight, because it realistically is if you can handle it. But that went a lot easier than I thought it would. Yeah, we'll just leave the Book of Intuition. So we did get Barrison's badge, plus 25% resolve experience on the Arbiter, 7 dodge when guarding, minus 20% damage, but protection detail adds minus 4 stress. If I use this, I do need to get rid of the minus 4 stress. Otherwise, it's a decent trinket. Quest done. I thought that would take longer too, considering, you know, that usually is a 10+ minute fight for me. So about 20,000 gold. Got the Legae's Justice, which is 25% damage, plus 12 accuracy, and bypassing guard if the target is below 50% health, and minus 20% max health. Also 20 crests, 14 deeds, 1 portrait, and 10 more busts towards all the targets I needed. Baldwin and Yugi did hit level 3. Baldwin also got the Crimson Curse. Silent is almost level 3. Corsi is level 1 now. Weapon Tinker on Yugi, which means cheaper weapons. Rune Scrounger on Baldwin.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Another boss down. I really feel like I should get the next thing of experienced recruits just so level 2s show up.
Here, in the mud.
Even though I know I'm saving up for the Vintner there. But I feel like that'll help me out more long term. And then essentially it's just leveling up all my heroes from here. I think there's 22 more, which means just, I think the courtyard left to level up because there's like another boss here, I think. I think everywhere else we've done the apprentice bosses for. So I'm not sure who's all going to be going where next time. I might be taking a break from the courtyard just because courtyard. I can only take so much of that place. It's not my favorite. So I might be looking for a fun trinket. Not sure if there's any of those around. And otherwise, I think the goal is just to level up everyone that I can. Level up the courtyard a little bit. Maybe level up the other surrounding areas a little bit. I know the farmstead is at the point where if we leveled it up, it would get veteran bosses, but I'm not opposed to leveling that up a little bit as well. Just seeing what we can get where. And then getting everyone geared up for veteran and going from there and seeing if I can't see what's up and coming in the courtyard plus, because quite honestly, I don't know what's up and coming because I don't quite recall what the next part is. I don't remember if I've gotten to the next boss. I know I've beaten the Eroded Garden Guardian once. I don't remember if I got to the boss quite after that, so we'll see. And once I get to veteran stuff, we'll just hit the ground running with those bosses, because quite honestly, we'll be at that point and have a lot of people ready to go. And hopefully at that point we'll have a lot of the hamlet upgraded. We'll have a little bit of a treasury just to have everyone ready to upgrade their gear, all that jazz. I have a note that Espec needs to go into the sanitarium because he has claustrophobia, so doing that very quickly, and we'll take it from there. So I know this was a shorter one. I thought this would be a little bit longer just because Brigand Pounders usually take me a little bit longer, but I'm genuinely surprised that went that quickly. However, everything I'm looking at from here is a long dungeon, and those could genuinely take me over an hour to do. So, with that being said, next time I'm probably going into a long dungeon. We'll see how that goes for me and have some fun. So, that'll be it for this time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz, and otherwise, as always, I wish you all well. I will see you next time, and please, have a good one.